European leaders say now is a critical moment to increase support for Ukraine and raise pressure on Russia to move towards ending the war. Their message followed a meeting in London between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz on Monday. The leaders reviewed a new version of a peace plan drafted last week by Ukrainian and U.S. officials.
We all support Ukraine, and we all support peace and peace negotiations to have a sustainable, a robust peace. And I think we have a lot of cards in our hands. The financing and the furniture of equipment and training programs to Ukraine, the fact that Ukraine is resisting in this war, and the fact that the Russian economy is starting to suffer, especially after our latest sanctions and the US sanctions. And now I think the main issue is a convergence between our common positions, Europeans and Ukrainians, and the US to finalize these peace negotiations and re-engage a new phase in the best possible conditions for Ukraine, for the Europeans, and for our collective security.
They agreed that more work is needed to secure long-term guarantees for Ukraine, especially as the United States pushes Kyiv to reach a faster deal with Russia. Zelenskyy said the most anti-Ukrainian elements from the initial November proposal had been removed, but he admitted that concerns over possible territorial concessions remain unresolved.
Thank you. Things which are very important for today, I think unity between Europe and Ukraine, and also unity between Europe, Ukraine and the United States. There are some things which we can't manage without Americans, things which we can't manage without Europe, and that's why we need to make some important decisions.
Zelenskyy travelled on to Brussels to brief NATO officials and said Ukraine would present a revised plan to Washington on Tuesday. European governments continue to support a step-by-step process linked to security guarantees and steady military aid, while US politics add pressure for a faster deal. Moscow says it is open to talks, but Ukraine and its allies argue Russia is stalling to secure its gains.